Failure for work for the limit. Second many comment. For work for security, the flying will continue. My Ali, Jawia, bring our money back. My Ali, Jawia, we want our money back. My Ali, Jawia, bring our money back. My Ali, Jawia, we want our money back. Yeah, MC Carol, I'm saying bring our money back. Silent individual.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. As you can see, for the past few days, people have been trying to hack into my show. This morning, I had a lot of problems. I came on, they jumped into my show, try to hack it. But you know, I'm an educated man. I'm not from Waterside. I'm not from Slipway. I'm not from Gibraltar. I'm not from Yuku. I am the man with the Holy Spirit behind me. So be careful how you play with me. Be careful. Because what you want to do to me will come to you. That's the way of the world. Beware. Take heed. Govern yourselves accordingly. Aluta. Continue. Let's get into my lesson today. We woke up this morning on the 2nd day of September to tragedy all around us. Bad news, man. Flooding. Look at America, man. New York has closed down the subway because there's flooding. People's homes are flooded. Right now, we don't know the damages that has happened in this country. We're asking people to stay home this morning. All over the news, the police are calling on people to stay home if you're not an essential worker, because we've got to know the extent of the damages so far from this water. There has been a lot of tornadoes. There has been a lot of water damages, flooding. There's still flash flood warnings on the 8:30 or 9:30 this morning. I just received it on my telephone. So for all of you down there and around America, please beware, take heed, and cover yourselves accordingly. Let's take a few minutes, seconds of silence, asking our God to intervene and help our people throughout the United States of America. Thank you. Now, it's truly a tragedy. It is truly a tragedy for us to wake up to these tragic news, tornadoes. I mean, the people don't know the extent of the damages along the Midwest, throughout the Midwest, along the Northeast. So right now, as we stand, please take heed and cover yourselves accordingly. If you don't have television, if you listen to me by way of your phone or something, please take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Stay home if you're not an essential worker. And I just put up on my Facebook page that my Liberian people got to pay attention to world events. Got to pay attention to what is happening in the United States of America. We depend on America for everything. America right now is going through a climatic change of tremendous proportions. Our people right now don't have food, water, all the basic necessities because of the flooding. And as we feel these things in America, You can imagine what will happen to our people in Liberia. I'm not talking about Africa. I'm talking about Liberia. We depend on America for everything. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Pay attention. This is no time for us to be fooling around and thinking that we know it all. We got the solution to all the problems. We don't. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. What's happening in my country? Look at Liberia today. The world is getting worse. And our leadership has not come to the realization that all of this will impact our people. Sooner or later, all the processes of development you people are striving to do will cease and desist. Dramatic changes in the world will impact everything, especially in third world countries like ours. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Because if we don't, sooner or later, we'll feel the brunt. And as we go into this election process, as most of our people in Liberia are being focused on election and who's going to win, we still have to look at our society and ensure that law, order, and the needs of our people are met. Or else our society will turn into a killing field again. So as we go into this electoral process, let's look at my topics so we can deal with the issues that are facing our people and our children right now, that are serious, that are problems that are impacting our nation building, our processes of development, socialization, raising our youth, raising our children. All these things impacting us today. And we are not paying attention to them because we are paying attention to politics and what is happening in the political world. But our country is still functioning. Our people are still living. Laws and orders still have to be enforced and made to suit the changing times in our society. Are we ready? No, we're not. We have too many criminals and warlords and fools and bandits leading our country. And this is the consistent and continual cry of our people, especially the conscious leaders of our country. Yes, we can change our leadership, but if our society remains stagnant, we mean immobile, and our people's mental capacity do not advance, do not excel. There's no need for us to talk about development. We're wasting our time talking about changes. Because only we can make the changes in our country. Only we have the capacity to implement and impact whatever happens in the Republic of Liberia. And if we are not prepared physically, mentally, and spiritually, we cannot move our country to the next level. And this is where we are. We are in a stagnant state of existence right now. We can't G, we can't hold. We can't go, we can't come. We are stagnant. Why? Because our society needs overhauling. Our entire society needs overhauling. We have come from a situation of war. We have not rehabilitated ourselves, nor do we have the ability to do that. Nor is the international community caring about doing that for us, because it's not in their best interest. And the fact must be put where the fact must be put. It's not in the best interest of the international community to rehabilitate the Liberian people, because if they do, they will not have access to our wealth and resources as they do now. So the more ignorant and backward we are, the better access they have to our wealth and resources. Because as our people run around talking about, you kill my man, you kill my pa, muya muya, junya junya, mumabana, and start acting like monkeys and baboons and jack-o'-lanterns and beasts. The needs of our country will not be met. The few people will continue to steal, rob us, lie to us, betray us, because they're keeping us ignorant. It's good to see us running around the street talking about, you kill my mom, you kill my pa, we'll vote for you. It's good to see us running around saying, steal from steal, make God laugh. It's good for us to be running around and singing trust and don't pay. Still, in this very day from Tottenham Town, we're still singing trust and don't pay. Trust and don't pay, because there's no other way to be happy in Liberia but to trust and don't pay. Is that something we want our children to grow up learning? This is a song we sang on October and Tottenham, and we thought it was joking. But it's not joke, because when we sing these songs and we sing it and have our young children singing it, it imposes in their mental psyche things that are not relevant to the progress and advancement of our people and our society. So we think it's a joke, but then we see it's a reality, because look around us. We trust and we don't pay. Also, that's the inherent corruption in our society. People trust and don't pay. You can't trust the society. You can't trust your own relatives. I was telling you how people sit on deeds and family properties and steal it among themselves and don't tell everybody, and use it to build their own properties on it when they're not their property, when they're property for everybody. But because they keep the rest of the people blind of who owns the property, you have few people benefiting from it and lying and stealing to each other. And these are the things I do not ascribe to. I don't. I'd rather walk away from it and let the people take it than to go fight people when I have the innate abilities to get my own. And that's it. My young children, this is the fundamental essence of education. This is when you know a man is educated. When a man can say, to hell with it, I will get my own. When a man will say, I ain't joining y'all, I will not fight with y'all. I'm educated, I will stand alone and die than to join you people and rob my country and kill my people with impunity. That's education. That's when you know a man is educated. When a man can say, to hell with this damn job, to hell with George Weah, to hell with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to hell with the Republic of Liberia, I retire with you damn criminals, and I'm stepping aside and will not serve you. That is a man. And that is a woman. That is education. Not Darrell's Dillon shit. You get it, you like, then you see corruption going on, and you sit down and you say, oh, the people's choice. Then when the hell we send you to school to get educated for? If you would sit down in the midst of us, and you know all of us are ignorant, and you the light, and you see us making a wrong decision, why do you think Rodney Chesson and I with all the other people? Because I see the people screwing up. And I know from my education and all my years of suffering that what is happening in Liberia is wrong. And I will not join my mom. I will not join my pa. I will not join my brothers or sisters. None of them. Because I know what they're doing is inherently wrong. And we'll all end up to the same places we've been ever since. Because there's nobody with a gonads to stand up and say, no, it's not right. And I don't care. Y'all will not force me. Y'all see what the Liberian people are trying to do to Elliot Cummings now? They're trying to force Elliot Cummings to serve under Joseph Walker. Telling you, oh man, why you can't do it? Why you can't do it? That's the Liberian people way. They coerce you. They not call it force. They coerce. They use all kind of subtle means, all kind of subtle pressure, all subtle languages. And if you're not a man, you fall into that subtle deception. And this way me and the Liberian people part ways. Because I don't fall into that kind of deception. I am a leader. The people follow me. I don't follow the people. And if the people won't force me to follow them, they better be ready to face the bottom of my boots, because I will step them in the damn faces of my boots and tell them, get the hell out of here. And that's what you say. Rodney Chesson stands alone. They've always called me a one-man army, but I'm not a one-man army. I'm just a man who, what I see is wrong, it is wrong. There is nothing under the sun you will do to make it right. There is nothing. If it's inherently wrong, it is inherently wrong. You can twist it this way. You can try to paint it that way. You can try to do everything to it to make it look beautiful and look otherwise. It will not be otherwise. Eventually, it will come down to the truth. And the truth shall set you free. So when I see the truth, and I tell you this is the truth, and you say, oh no, Chesson, we can change it. We can do this. I said, no, this is the truth. Oh, Chesson, we can do this. And Chesson, no, this is the truth. They get mad at me. But I am not a damn dummy. I am not an idiot. I spent all my years in school to change shit. Not to go along with shit. Not to follow shit. I went to school to identify shit and change it. And if the shit is wrong, it is wrong. You ain't gonna change it. You can't force it. You can't create no obstacle or illusions around it. It is wrong. Eventually, you will come to find out that it is wrong, because no matter what you do, it is wrong. It is simply wrong. And when the process is wrong, eventually, you have to face the fact. That's why all my life, from 1980 to this very day, I have not changed my course. Nobody can look at Rodney Chesson and look at my writings and say Rodney Chesson changed. No, I improved. I haven't changed. That's why I haven't joined anybody. Because if it's inherently wrong, it is inherently wrong. There is nothing you can do under the sun to make it right. It is wrong. And I know that's what I went to school for. And I want to lead my people. So when I sit with Liberian people, and I don't lie to my Liberian people, y'all can hit me, they can get pissed over me, they can say, oh, Chesson, do this. But I say it, I tell you the truth. No matter how raw it is, no matter how native it is, I tell you the damn truth. You go all around, you come back, you say, eventually you say, if you want to be sincere, you say, Chesson told us the truth. We try to change him. We try to beat him down. We try to run him amok. We try to desert him. We try to ostracize him. We try to do everything to Chesson. Chesson didn't change. He didn't give a damn what we did. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. There is no way you can make right wrong. There is no way you can make wrong right. So when I see it, ab initio, that means from the very first place, from the beginning. When I see it from the beginning because of my knowledge and education, and I tell you, it will not work. It will not work. And there's nothing you do to force me to join you. I have done that before in the Liberian community. I got sick. I had 2 strokes. But God is with me. Because the same people that I was trying to help, and they deceived me and left me alone to struggle with the mess that they had put me in. I got 2 strokes. I got so many ulcers. Dealing with my community. Trying to be sincere to people when people are not sincere to the community. Putting my name in shit that I don't belong in. Into the corruption. Trying to force me into the deception and community bullshit. I don't play that shit. You don't see my name in any community thing around here because the community is blind. The community is blind. And they won't play that petty money games. I don't do that thing. I speak for my black people, my nation. I speak for a nation. I don't speak for the Liberian community in Rhode Island or in America. I don't speak for you all. I speak for the Republic of Liberia, the whole nation. That's why you see I don't go to community things in Rhode Island. I don't go to, you will not find me in that. I did that. I got ulcer. I got stroke. Because my people are unruly. My people have no understanding of love for country and love for people. They don't understand that. They're selfish. So you're not finding in no community thing. You're not finding in no community meeting, no community organization, black community, African American, Rhode Island community, nothing. You're not finding in none of them. All of them the same. They will try to hurt you over foolishness. And you're trying to fight for our people. They on the level, community level, will destroy you. I ain't got time for that. And when I see things in my community, I tell them, I say, it's not worth it. And the black people here in Rhode Island, they don't like to hear that. The general black people in Liberia, they won't force you to do things. And when you educate it and see it and tell them it will not work, they tell them, oh, you're from Africa, you don't know any better. Yeah, I'm from Africa. But what I know can rule the world. So I don't sit down in a community and argue with people. I tired getting these strokes and people trying to hurt me, make me blind and do all this shit with their juju and shit. I don't sit down in that thing. I think bigger than that. That's why you don't see me in community gathering in nothing. Because it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it. I've had 2 strokes. I'm getting ulcer all the time. It's not worth it. I speak to the greater audience. I ain't got time for their community shit and their community politics. And I ain't got time for that. You know, people think that when you're friendly with them and their views, you got to follow it. No, I'm following nobody's views. Let me tell you right now. Chesson does not follow anybody's views or ideas. I stand by myself. I'm following your ideas. I'm following your politics. I'm following none of your shit. Don't bring it to me. If I'm with you, I will tell you I'm with you. If I'm not with you, you will not see me behind you and in your little politics shit. Don't try to hate me. You will lose. You will lose. Don't try it. You will lose. That's why I don't befriend people. Because people try to put you into political and social bullshit. And I'm not like that. I am my own man. I don't join people. Pay attention to me, my people. Rodney Chesson does not join people. I'm an educated man. If I want to do something and you come to me, we'll do it together. But I'm not going to follow people. No, that's not me. I don't want power. I don't want wealth. I don't want to lead people. No, I just want to educate you and give you the truth so you can make your mind. I want your money, dude. You send me money, I will take it. But I don't want to lead people. I don't want to be in politics. All I want to do is just leave me the fuck alone. Let me do what I want to do. I don't want to overthrow your government. I don't want to overthrow your people. But if I gotta come there to lead, I will lead. I ain't coming there to live in a discombobulated society with criminals and useless people with my life in danger when I can change things. So that's where we stand. And I just making myself clear to you. I don't want to lead people. I just want your money. And I'll advise you, I'll teach you, I'll guide you, do what is the right thing for you. But don't mix me up into your politics. Don't mix me up into your social gatherings and all these things. I'm not part of that. I'm not. Don't think because I'm your friend, I will follow your philosophy. Don't think because I like you and we drink together and sit together. Whatever you do, I'm in it. No. I am my own man. I will not follow you because we are friends. I will not follow you because we drink booze together. Do not be mistaken about Rodney Chesson. I am an educated, independent man. Do not assume anything about me. Ask me. I can drink with you, I can sit with you, I can talk with you, but I am not part of your politics. I am not part of your community bullshit. Okay? So please don't confuse me with being a part of you, with me telling you I'm a part of you. Don't assume anything about Rodney Chesson. When you assume about me, you be shown to be an ass. Don't assume. Ask me. Okay? So let's get into my lesson. I just got to clarify all these things because people try to hate me because they think because I'm friendly with them or I'm friendly with people, I'm associated with the politics. No, I got to live. I need to associate with people. That way I don't associate with people. I don't want to be associated with your politics. I don't want to be associated with your bullshit. Leave me the fuck alone. If I'm with you, I'm with you. You will see it, I will write it, I will tell everybody about it. But don't assume because I'm with you, I eat with you, I drink with you, we talk together, I try to befriend you, that I'm part of your politics. No, I'm not. I am my own man. You want to know what I am? Ask me. Do not assume. I'm telling you, my people, do not assume any shit about Rodney Chesson. You want to know about me? Ask me. You assume you will turn up to be an ass who will be shown. Okay? Let's get into my lesson. Number one, Liberia's drug enforcement agencies are government officials or drug dealers. Number two, we want to know these things. Number two, when the police people refuse to testify for the prosecutor, is there a problem or is there a problem? Number three, they end up stealing from Liberian people. Cannot go on. We can't keep stealing, then we're talking about development. What is it? That they were talking. So let's get our shit together and know where we're going. And let me start my lesson. So let's look at this drug dealer thing. I will listen to that. I will pay attention to that, being on radio and all of that, because I want to know what happened in my society, not from pastors, not from Spoon TV, from the real people on the ground. And the people are concerned about drugs. The people in Liberia are concerned that our country is being turned into a drug nation. Our drug enforcement agencies, people, are questionable. With all the drugs in the country, the proliferation of all kinds of drugs in our nation. Our drug enforcement agencies say they're doing something, and yet a handful of them writing the legislature and telling them there's a problem in the drug enforcement agency, that the people are the same criminals dealing the drugs and selling the drugs. The law enforcement people are the very people perpetuating all the drugs in our country. Yes, we pay attention to politics. We pay attention to everything else except what is happening in our country. The corruption of our minors. So, what is most important to us now? The politics of our nation. What is more important to us? Voting for Borkai and Cummings and all these people, or taking care of our nation? Because every day we see our country leadership is disgusting. Look how right now they're talking about whether George Weah should go to the General Assembly or not, to go or not to go. Should he go or not to go? Should George Weah go or not to go? Will he get arrested in New York? Will Kemenya get arrested? Will the other person get arrested? Will the other person get arrested? Will the other person get arrested? Oh, we got a criminal government. We got a criminal government. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. Damn it. Got a criminal government. The president scared to go. The foreign minister scared to go. Shit. Who could go? You see how our government so fucked up? You gotta just put the chip where it is. I can't say anything else than what it is. It's fucked up. The foreign minister is scared to come to America before he can come back home to Liberia. The president is scared to come to America before he can come back to Liberia. Who in our government can come to America? I was watching on TV just now. I was listening to Care for Self, the mouthpiece for George Weah. They're talking about Kemanya. But the man facing a predicament. The man cannot go to New York to represent. He's supposed to be in New York, represented by he following the president everywhere, and he telling the president, "Don't go to New York." And McGill there yelling in the background, "Go to New York, go to New York." And Kemanya said, "Don't go to New York, puppy. Don't go to New York, puppy." Then McGill said, "Go to New York." Go. McGill got something against Kenya. He got it. Does the Minister of State have something against the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Because you know the Foreign Affairs come to America, he going to jail. But yet McGill is yelling, go to New York. And Kenya is there, Polly George, we are here. I mean, you don't go. Don't go. Let's stay home and do the thing by internet. Let's do the thing by internet. Then Joe, we are thinking to, he said, yeah, man, that thing is embarrassing. When I go to New York, I can't even leave. I can't even leave the heart of the United Nations. I can't even go to New York. I can't go to Staten Island. I can't go to all the places to see my boss. Damn, people just got me stationary to their one place. I can't even get my tempe. Everybody just eye on me. They got all these cameras all over me. I can't smoke. I can't drink. I can't sniff. Tell me, yeah, you're right. Tell McGill they yelling, go! Mr. President, go to New York. They came here and said, don't listen to me. Then he and McGill bought here. McGill tell Kevin here, but man, you got to report to me. Because I want to know if you go in New York or not. Oh, I was set Kevin here up. You mind this, you mind that. That's how the people are doing. Our government officials in Jamaican Lodge, where John Ware got all the white people buying dope from him, sitting down there, and our ministers in there, causing man, you know what? Then you mind this, then you mind that. The president will go, then they won't go pardon Joe Ware. I said, no, leave them. It sounds good. Aha, let me say about the fight. Claire, come let's see the thing. Claire, come sit on my lap. Finna, come on, Finna Bono, come sit down, watch this thing. And they all there sitting there watching there, see McGill. You get it, you mind it, that you mind that. And Kemaya go on. Yeah, I will derail you. You native man, you country man, you native man, you are a Congo man, How do people do? Our ministers displaying their ignorance in the public. Then you say that Liberian people got a republic. Is that government? That kind of government that Ellen Johnson gave us. Ellen Johnson said he gave us this government. That government? Now she's talking about coming to get us another one. They, oh my God, she's a mess. The other Harvard graduate criminal. Ellen Johnson Sully is a total mess. Where you got it woman from? Okay? So it all boils down to the corruption and this discombobulation in Liberia. Our drug official or drug DEA, drug enforcement agents, breaking down people's houses, taking drugs, telling us they're burning it, they're doing this and doing that. Then they're taking the same drugs and redistributing it and reselling it in our country. Even the lawmakers, they got 1 gram. What the lawmaker there? Lawmaker 1 gram. The man in Barnaville, they're from Barnaville. All these people selling dope. And we looking at elections. We talking about L.A. coming and L.A. and our whole country just on dope. The dope just running through our country. How the children will be sensible to know who to vote for. And we're not talking about weed. We're talking about serious things. Drugs we never heard about when we were in Liberia. Because when I was growing up, the biggest thing was in Liberia was weed. Cocaine was just coming in slowly, but no needles. You talk about heroin, all the kind of things in my country? No, we never heard about that thing now, man. But Liberia just going, wow, man. And George, we are the drug dealer. Everything coming out of that Jamaican lodge. We need to bring that dead Jamaican lodge down. That is the center of corruption and national disgrace. We need to burn that damn Jamaican lodge down. Put George Weah and his Jamaican woman in jail for life. But it all boiled down to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. These are the people that started selling our country for drugs. It started with Ellie. And now our country is a drug-infested nation. We're not thinking about these things, though. Yeah, we're talking about running behind Ellie, trying to force Ellie Cummings to be vice president to Joe Walker. They're forcing him now. You don't know Liberian people. They will start saying, oh, Ellie Cummings will not work, man. You cannot get up for peace, man. You should go with Walker, man. That's how it start. Then they will start singing the song more and more. Oh, go with Walker, man. When you look, Ellie Cummings people start losing hope. Yeah, man, maybe Papa, you should go. Well, you know, Walker, they call it that's a duress. Duress. They force you, but under a different way of forcing you. They're not coming forcing you physically. They're forcing you with their words, with subtle means. But you watch it. If Ella coming not strong, Ella coming will end up being vice president to Joe Walker. That had the deceitfulness in Liberia start. Oh man, Ella, man, you should stop all the thing. It will be better if you go together. No, man. You started forcing, man. Too much forcing, man. You go together, man. You know, I want to join you, but I can't join you with all the forcing and come and do the best man for the puppy, man. Go to the be the number 1 man, 2 man. That how the shit start with these useless, deceitful Liberian people. They're forcing Ella Cummings now. When you know Ella Cummings himself will get discouraged and say, damn, everybody say I'm going to go with Boca. I'm going to go with Boca. That's how it starts. And this is the deceitfulness that goes on in our country. This is deceitfulness. And all Ella Cummings people silent now. They're not talking too much. They themselves confused now. I was listening to Mona, Chesson, Munir Chesson this morning. He confused. All they confused now. Oh, you should go to second paper, man. You know, and this is the thing that happened in our country. This is what Liberia can't we can't harm. So while they pay attention to all this deceitful politics, some of us got to stay grounded on what's happening in our country, on the destruction of our miners, on the law and order that needed to keep our country a wholesome functioning society. Or else our people will grow up singing Muya Muya, you kill my ma, I kill my pa, we will fought for you for all. This is insanity. People don't be singing those songs. Only the dumbest sing those kind of songs. But this is what happens in our country when we lose sight of what is needed in our society. And all of us just want to be have politics. We think it will change our country. How will it change our country? Well, our country is being screwed before our very eyes, and none of us got time for it. Everybody thinking about politics. Who will be the next rogues? Who will be the next bunches of criminals in our country? And this way I differentiate myself from the rest of my people. I'm concerned about my society. I'm concerned about the patriotism of my people. I'm concerned about the bare foundation of what it means to be Liberian. Because somebody got to pay attention to that, or we'll lose everything we have. Starting over is hard. Nothing harder than starting over. And we can't continue to do that. Look at me, we run our country just like a club, just like EULA. Every president that leaves EULA and these Liberian associations, we got to start all over because they take all the books, they take all the records, they destroy everything because they stole and they want everybody to know. And that's how our country is today. And we can't exist like this if we want to be a great nation. We can't. We need accountability. We need responsibility. We need records of everything in our country. And we can't do that. We can't grow. We hate book and knowledge and education. We can't grow. And book and knowledge and education is not just being president and government official. No, it's people that lay the foundation for our society, the educators, the builders, the carpenters, the masons, all these people that lay the foundation of hard work, honest living, sincere cooperation with each other. These are the people that build our nation. And when we lose hope of these kind of virtues, we can't build a great nation and people. So, drug dealing in our country is a big problem right now. It's a big problem because our people are depressed. Our people are hopeless. Our people need upliftment. And the kind of drugs in our country today perpetrated on the people by our government officials and law enforcement agencies and agents got to cease and desist. It is incumbent upon all of us, the entire Liberian society, to say no, 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 no. 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 That's not us. It's our house and our responsibility to stop these DEA agents from selling drugs and dealing drugs. We employ them. They cannot be the same people to destroy our society. We employ these people. They work for us. They got to do what we tell them to do. Or we bring them down ourselves. And this is where patriotism starts. When the people ourselves say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. My second point. When the police refuse to testify, as in the case of Alexander Say, who was the deputy police commissioner in Grand Junior County, who was shot by one penal. The man is out on bail. His relative is a social justice. People questioning the criminal code, the criminal procedure of the law as it relates to capital punishment and incarceration of criminals. People looking at the double treatment, double standards. Of government officials who are relatives of our lawyers and the social justices and common Liberian citizens. Is there fair equal treatment? So these are things that bring questionable things to the minds of our people. The police themselves are saying, no, we can't testify because the counselor who's heading this case corrupt. His behavior is questionable. His handling of the case is not consistent with law. They question the case because the prosecutor granted bail to a man indicted of a capital crime. And they want the police to testify. To what? To what? And looking at all the behavior of the officials around the circumstances of this case, the police themselves don't want to testify. They don't trust the prosecutor. So what does that say of the Republic of Liberia when our police refuse to testify and demand the removal of a prosecutor because of his handling of the case? We got some serious problems of justice and law and order in our country. That's just another example of the extent of the corruption. Because the police got together and wrote the legislature telling them why and asking for redress, help in their cases. These are things that happen in our country each and every day. We see it each and every day. This incompetence, inefficiency, ineptitude, ignorance, dominism. That's a word. Yeah, but these are things that happen in our country. And when police start demanding that the prosecutor be removed because of the handling of the case, what does that say of our Justice Department? The caliber of people who are prosecuting Liberian people for crimes. Do they know the law? Do they understand the duties and responsibilities as lawmakers and law enforcers? Our country is in a grave mess. We're in a grave mess because our leaders themselves are a mess. Our leaders themselves are a mess. So every day we must count our blessings, man. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Count your many blessings, O Liberia. Our nation will be broke from these damn rogues. Count our money, count the cash now. $100, $200, $300. Count our cash, count it fast. Count it, Liberia, these rogues exist. Count our cash before they steal it all. Count our cash and lock it in the safe. Count our cash and shelter it from harm. And the rules of Liberia will frown. Count that cash. Cash. Count my cash and lock it up. That's it. You gotta count our cash and lock the shit These rogues were stealing. When the police refused to testify, is there hope for our people? Is there justice for Alexei, the police commissioner of Nigeria County, who was shot by Peno, whose relative is Associate Justice of Liberia? Is there justice in our country for Liberian people? You're going to tell me this. You've got to tell me this. So let me get on my last step here. I got to carry you for the day. Be careful of the rain, the flooding on the 8:30, but still, after that, wash your AWS. The endless stealing from the people. The endless stealing from the people. Creative Developers Incorporated. What kind of organization is that? Can you imagine? The port director, the anti-corruption boss, the controller, all the guys got together and form a conspiracy to buy a loading machine, use Liberian people money, buy a machine in their name, and collect the money for them. Can you imagine? Is this blatant corruption or blatant corruption? Is this outright stealing or outright stealing? And when you see these things, why shouldn't we kill these people? Why shouldn't these people be executed? When these people got the nerve to do what they did, steal our money, buy a machine, and making millions of dollars in their name, and not giving the Liberian people anything. And they're sitting down there, arresting other Liberian people for crime, charging other people with crime, dismissing other people from their work because of crime. Hey, my people. Hey, Liberia. When will we start to serve our people and our nation with patriotism and stop this endless cycle of stealing? Oh, man. Oh, man. And the people take our wealth and just live like kings in our country with impunity. How many Liberian people knew about all these things and kept quiet? How many Liberian people knew that Bill Twawe and Fufana and all the people and Bala and all the people bought this machine with our money and they're using it to make money? How many people knew? Some Liberian people knew. Help us, Lord. But this is where we are. And this is where I'm going to leave here for today. Because when people form corporations to rob our nation, and these very people are government officials, punishing other Liberian people for crimes, punishing other Liberian people for not doing their work, and they are the very people robbing us of everything we got, man. Look at all of us here, man. Most of us not even making the money these guys making with our wealth. Dishonestly. If these guys were making the money honestly, we say, yes, they're working for us, we're not there. But they say they're working and they're just stealing with impunity. You see how it is. But maybe Liberian people don't know it because you're so used to the corruption and stealing. So that's just a way of life for you. But it hurts, man. It hurts. To see that we can do better. We got the means to do better, but we don't. We don't. We're through. My class is done. But the moral of this lesson is that Liberia for us, I keep telling you all this. We own Liberia, we own Papa's land. It's up to us to change what's happening in Papa's land. And if we don't, it's demonstrative of how bad we feel time and time again. The time of the people is here, my people. The time of the people is here, my people. The time of the people is here, my people. Good night, baby. Good night, baby. Good night, baby. Good night, baby. I see you soon. Good night, baby.